Hello everybody, welcome to Walla Mizzou. How are you doing? I can tell you that I'm not doing very well, but that's okay, I'm here anyway. And let's just get started with the video. So this video is about hand, foot, and mouth disease. Check that out. I don't know how well you can see that, but I know for me, it's a pretty aggressive illness, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Hand, foot, and mouth disease. From the CDC's website about hand, foot, and mouth disease. You can find it here at this website. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is a very common disease that affects children between the ages of 0 to 5, and it is primarily caused by the three viruses. I'm not going to attempt to read these three, although the last one seems pretty simple to pronounce, which is the enterovirus 71, which is common in Southeast Asia and can lead to brain swelling, pretty similar to other viruses, such as measles. The common symptoms are fever, mouth sores, and a skin rash, mostly located around the hands and feet. In most cases, the viruses will go away within 7 to 10 days, and children can return to their normal activities if they do not have a fever. The virus is very common and is extremely rare to cause injury or death. According to the CDC, children should be seen by a doctor if they are having severe complications, they are not alert or responsive, the fever is lasting more than 3 days, their child has a weakened immune system due to another sickness or genetic issue, their child is less than 6 months old, or symptoms do not improve after 10 days. But I had to do some further research because this affects adults just slightly differently. Hand, foot, and mouth disease for adults. And this is from PennMedicine. Again, here's the link that you can follow. I'll have this in the description. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is just as likely to affect adults as it is their children. Most often this will come from daycare, school, or other activities where exposure to many children will occur. Most of the symptoms are the same, with the addition of a sore throat, reduced appetite, and lethargy. Sores will appear in the mouth. The adult may have a strong fever. There is no limit to where the spots can form. In addition, some adults may be infected and contagious without any symptoms. Treatment is pretty typical across adults and children. Over-the-counter medicine or pain treatments authorized by a licensed medical professional to suit you or your child's needs. Oral medications can reduce pain and discomfort in the mouth, and some anti-itch creams may help with the sores in the hands and feet. In my case, I have the sores on my hands and my feet, and that is not isolated simply to those areas. I have them on my head, my mouth, and on my abdomen and my groin as well. And so from the personal take of this, I can understand that once you get through the fever and once you get through the major discomfort, if you're allowed to return to work or you feel that you need to go out into public, it can be kind of embarrassing to deal with the sores. You may not want to present them because they don't look to appear appealing, primarily because they're not appealing. And so you may obviously want to cover yourself. Now, you can get those white cotton gloves that are sold in stores with the diabetic medicine. I also have some cotton gloves that I bought for work that will do as well. They'll cover my hands and protect my sores from possible abrasions or touching other surfaces and creating contamination in different work environments. As far as my personal experience with this, it's been very painful. I have been taking enough Tylenol and ibuprofen on some doctor's orders that have essentially caused some aches in my belly because I am not used to taking this much Tylenol and ibuprofen, but at the same time, I want to get up and walk and take care of myself. And so that means I need to take enough pain medication that I can open my mouth and eat because it's all around my mouth and even in my nose. However, this virus is dependent on how it affects everyone. For me, it's pretty severe. The doctor that we were talking to for my daughter, who also has this disease, said that this could be the more severe virus based on the way that it affected her. Now, she needed to get antibiotics because she picked out some of her sores before we knew that it was hand, foot, and mouth disease, and the grime under her nails actually led to an infection in some of those sores. So she needed a topical cream and she needed an oral medication to take every day, multiple times a day, to clear that infection. And so far, for her, it's clearing up really well. For me, I'm waking up every day in a different kind of pain and a different kind of soreness, and every day new spots are forming. So the first spots that appeared for me were on my head, and this was around the same time that I had a fever, which was 101.6 degrees at some point, and it left me pretty bedridden most of this last Saturday on the weekend, and very much for part of Sunday. Now, my doctor said that I could return to work after 48 hours of having no fever, unless I'm in a lot of pain. Yesterday, I woke up and I was feeling a little bit better with medication, but without medication, it was just pretty miserable. So I took the day off as well, and it was still within 48 hours, so I had to take the time off. And this morning, I was following up with a new pain that started that was, I'm pretty sure, was unassociated with this virus, where the side of me, I pinched a nerve or something, but it caused a lot of pain that went from my side, that radiated down to my abdomen and up into my shoulders. And at a certain point, I couldn't stand up anymore. I couldn't flex. I couldn't pick up my youngest child, who's only 29 pounds. And so last night I didn't get any sleep because of the pain. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, and I called into work because it was agonizing. I could not run the risk of further injuring myself. And so all day I have been on more pain medications, and I have been nursing this spot. And I even found new spots that showed up this morning that were not present in my previous video. So I decided to retake this video because it's a lot more severe than I had originally anticipated it to be. Here's a good close-up on my hands. That's one hand. Let's get the other hand up here. Now, I know for some people feet gross them out, but I'm going to go ahead and show my feet as well, because this very much could happen to you, and I want you to use this video to be prepared on how to handle it. If this is a virus that's in season right now, I highly recommend that if you can take Tylenol and ibuprofen or whatever over-the-counter medication to deal with pain, make sure it's not expired. Stock up on it. Have your doctor ready to call for recommendations. You don't need to go see your doctor necessarily unless you have lost work time or you're dealing with severities such as I am. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. My wife and I are taking a pretty strong financial hit because I am the person who brings home the money in the house. And so this is hurting us. It's not just hurting me physically, but financially and emotionally. So anyway, if you have an experience with hand, foot, and mouth disease, go ahead and share that in the comments below. If you like this video and like this content, just talking about stories and talking about just basic information, I like doing research. If you have suggestions for me, go ahead and leave that down below as well. Otherwise, like the video, subscribe to me for more, and then I'll see you in the next one. And of course, big shout out to all my subscribers. Love you guys. Have a good one. Until next time.